Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Justin Bieber, and I will be the host and musical guest this week on SNL.
I'm not feeling very well.
Are you good?
Well, I think I got Bieber fever.
Hi, I'm RuPaul, and I'm hosting SNL with Justin Bieber.
You look a lot different than I expected.
Just because I'm not in drag, baby, I contain multitudes.
No, I just mean tall.
And?
Well, and gorgeous.
My first girlfriend, I took her on a date.
Right.
And we went, I did the same thing. I rented out the Staples Center.
Okay.
We went up to the top row.
Yeah.
Watched Titanic on the...
On the big screen?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
What's the biggest surprise you've ever had?
A romantic dinner on a rooftop.
Your husband was in a very public relationship. They were kids. People were obsessed with the idea of them. People were confused on the timeline you're talking about of like, is she a homewrecker? So I guess my question is, Hailey, were you ever with Justin romantically at the same time as her?
No, not one time. When him and I started hanging out, like, okay, let's just put it this way. When him and I ever started like hooking up or like anything of that sort, he was not ever in a relationship, ever, at any point. I would never, it's not my character to mess with someone's relationship. I would just never do that. I was raised better than that. I'm not interested in doing that, and I never was. Like, I can say, period, point blank, I was never with him when he was in a relationship with him.
Right? And I think that you should not be afraid to make mistakes with your brand. It happens to everybody. That is something that I'm learning right now. And move forward.
You're married to Justin Bieber. Rate these Justin Bieber looks from best to worst. Long hair, dreads, or baby Bieber?
Okay.
Which?
First of all, he is so handsome, no matter what.
No one's denying it.
I loved the dreads, personally. I thought they looked really cool. There's absolutely no doubt he's an adorable kid. You know, who didn't love the swoosh?
Yeah. This is clearly the worst one. Just to be clear, even Justin would be like, yeah, you're right. That was a dark time.
I think he looks hot. I'm not...
No way. Read it, go.
I think he looks good in all of...
The internet wasn't ready for what happened next. Justin Bieber went live on Twitch like it was any other night. No announcement, no hype, just a guitar, a camera, and a few thousand fans expecting something casual. But within minutes, the mood shifted. His voice cracked. Tears started falling. And then came the moment that sent shockwaves across social media. In between verses of an unreleased song, viewers swear they heard him whisper one name, Selena. And just like that, a story people thought was buried came roaring back to life. At first, the live stream didn't feel unusual. Justin looked calm, even comfortable, sitting with his guitar and chatting lightly. Then he started playing a song no one recognized. The lyrics felt personal, not polished, not performative, raw. As he sang, his voice grew shaky, like he was holding something back and failing. Tears rolled down his face in real time. This wasn't a stage performance. This wasn't a music video. This was unfiltered emotion, and people could feel it. And then during a pause between lines, that whisper slipped out. Quiet. Almost accidental. But clear enough that thousands of people clipped it instantly. The chat exploded. Screenshots flooded Twitter. Clips hit TikTok within minutes. People replayed the footage again and again, slowing it down, turning the volume up, arguing over whether it was real. But for a lot of fans, it didn't matter if it was crystal clear or not. They heard what they wanted to hear. And once that name entered the conversation, there was no stopping what came next. The timing poured gasoline on the fire. Justin has been married to Hailey Bieber for years now, yet their relationship has never escaped comparison. Every photo, every interview, every silence. Fans have dissected it all, always measuring it against his past with Selena Gomez. And this moment felt like the confirmation some people had been waiting for. An emotional breakdown, an unreleased song, a whispered name tied to a relationship that defined an era. To many viewers, it didn't feel random. It felt revealing. But while the internet was obsessing over Justin's tears, something else happened that quietly shifted the narrative. The very next day, Hailey Bieber posted an Instagram story. No statement, no quotes, no emotional captions, just a screenshot of a ChatGPT conversation. The question she asked was simple: does being born in 1996 make you Gen Z? The AI explained that 1996 is technically considered the last millennial year, though people born then might feel connected to both generations. On paper, she's a millennial. Harmless, right? Except the timing was impossible to ignore. Hailey was born on November 22nd, 1996. She shared that post one day before her birthday, just hours after her husband's emotional live stream had gone viral, and fans immediately started reading between the lines. Why post this now? Why share something so random at a moment like this? Some saw it as a distraction, others saw it as quiet confidence. A few believed it was her way of saying she wasn't bothered at all. The contrast between the two moments couldn't have been sharper. Justin was publicly unraveling. Hailey was casually questioning her generational label. The internet did what it always does. It filled the silence with theories. Some people claimed Hailey was intentionally steering attention away from the drama. Others thought she was subtly reminding everyone that she exists as her own person, not just as someone tied to Justin's past relationships. There were even those who believed it was a soft message about aging, identity, and entering a new phase of life as she approached her late 20s. One simple post turned into a psychological case study overnight. To understand why this moment hit so hard, you have to understand the history haunting it. Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez weren't just another celebrity couple. They were a generation's love story. On again, off again, public breakups, emotional reunions, songs that fans treated like diary entries. Their relationship played out in real time, and people grew emotionally invested. When it finally ended for good, there was no closure, just distance. And then, suddenly, Justin was engaged to Hailey, married not long after. For some fans, the emotional math never added up. Selena, meanwhile, stepped away from the noise. She focused on her music, her acting, and building Rare Beauty into a massive success. She spoke openly about mental health, physical illness, and learning how to choose herself. She stopped feeding the narrative, and for the most part, the public respected that. But stories like this don't disappear. They wait. And all it takes is one moment to bring them back. That's why the livestream felt so explosive. Fans weren't just reacting to a song. They were reacting to years of unresolved emotion. They analyzed every lyric. Was the song new? Or was it written years ago? Was he crying because of regret? Or because the music brought back memories? Some believed he was questioning his life choices. Others insisted this was simply an artist processing old feelings, nothing more. And then there were those who claimed this proved he never truly moved on. Hailey's supporters pushed back hard. They reminded people that marriage isn't erased by nostalgia, that artists write about the past all the time, that feeling something doesn't mean wanting it back. They pointed out that Justin and Hailey have faced serious challenges together and stayed united. One emotional moment doesn't define a relationship, and yet, the speculation refused to slow down. What made Hailey's response stand out was what she didn't do. She didn't post a cryptic quote. She didn't share a sad song lyric. She didn't go silent for days. She posted something that felt normal, almost boring. A screenshot that probably made her laugh when she realized she wasn't Gen Z after all. In a space where every move is calculated, that kind of ordinariness felt intentional. The birthday context added another layer. Turning 29 isn't dramatic, but it's reflective. It's the last year of your 20s. A moment where people think about identity, growth, and who they are becoming. Maybe that post had nothing to do with Justin at all. Maybe it was about her, questioning where she fits, not just generationally, but personally. That possibility made the internet even more uncomfortable because it didn't fit the drama-driven narrative. What often gets lost in these stories is the human element. Justin has a past that shaped him. That doesn't vanish because he got married. Hailey married someone with history, and that history didn't come quietly. It came with fans, opinions, and constant comparisons. Living under that microscope would strain anyone. Every emotion becomes evidence. Every silence becomes suspicious. Music has always been Justin's outlet. He's never hidden his struggles, his regrets, or his growth. Crying while singing isn't new for him. It's how he processes. The problem is that the world isn't willing to let those moments exist without assigning meaning. A man feels something and suddenly it's a headline. A woman posts something unrelated and suddenly it's a message. Meanwhile, Selena stayed silent. No response, no engagement, no acknowledgement. And that silence might have been the loudest part of the entire situation. It reinforced how far removed she is from the chaos now, focused elsewhere, living differently. That contrast only deepened the emotional divide fans projected onto the story. As the weekend rolled in and Hailey's birthday arrived, people waited. Would Justin post a tribute? Would they appear together? Would they address the live stream? The answers didn't come. And that frustrated people who felt entitled to closure. But that expectation is the real issue. Celebrity couples are expected to be flawless, emotionally bulletproof, and free of past attachments. That's not realistic. Everyone carries memories. Everyone has moments of sadness or reflection, even when they're happy where they are. What this moment really exposed was the internet's hunger for drama. A tear becomes a theory, a post becomes a statement. Context gets replaced with speculation, and the cycle feeds itself. The truth is probably far less dramatic than people want it to be, but drama is easier to consume than nuance. In the end, this wasn't about choosing between Selena and Hailey. It wasn't about regret or betrayal. It was about how impossible it is to be human in public. Justin felt something and showed it. Hailey chose calm over chaos. Selena stayed distant, and millions of strangers tried to turn those choices into a storyline with heroes and villains. That's why this moment lingered, not because of a whispered name, but because it reminded everyone how fragile privacy is when fame is involved, how even healing can be misinterpreted, and how some stories never really end, they just wait for the internet to wake them up again. And with these three, the world will always be watching.